Hi friends, today I will give you a brief idea about the block diagram of 8086, also call it as architecture of 8086. Okay. So already in the previous video I was given briefly, so what are the various properties of 8086. Let us see the block diagram of 8086 once. Okay, so here this is the block diagram of 8086. So see here the 8086 mainly contains two units, namely bus interfacing unit, then other is execution unit. Okay, the bus interfacing unit mainly contains 6-byte instruction queue. So 1 to 6 indicates it's a 6-byte instruction queue. Then segment registers, then adder. Okay, see the portion of bus interfacing unit. So this is the portion of bus interfacing unit. Then remaining portion is called as execution unit. This is the execution unit. So it contains a control system, ALU, flags, and some registers. Let us see the function of bus interfacing unit. So in these two units, the bus interfacing unit only communicated to external memory device or IO device. So I already mentioned the 8086 does not have any internal memory. So every time the 8086 fetches the instruction from external memory or IO, performing the required operation, and result will be sent back to again external memory or IO. So, but internally registers are there, but register stores data temporarily. So we don't have any external internal memory for process. Every time it depends on the external memory or IO. Coming to BIU operation. So here the main role of BIU is it will fetching means reading. It will read the instructions from external memory or IO device, and after fetching or reading, those instructions are stored in 6-byte instruction queue. This is 6-byte instruction queue. Here instructions are 1 to 6, and queue follows FIFO principle. FIFO means first in, first out. So the first, for example, BIU fetching first instruction and it is loaded in position 1. Then next instruction position 2, position 3, position 4, like that up to position 6. So after fetching the instructions, then for example, first instruction is fetching. So that instruction will enter into control system, where it will decoding. Okay, decoding means checking whether that instruction is belongs to the 8086 instruction set or not. It will tested by control system. So now it is tested and everything is okay. Then that particular instruction will enter into execution unit, where it will execute. For example, depending on the instruction, it will perform data transfer operation, maybe ALU operation. ALU means it's arithmetical logical unit. For example, the given instruction may be addition operation, for example. So then ALU perform with the addition of that particular instruction. We get result. That result will be sent to buses. Here, we have 3 buses. Bus means it's a group of signals. So 8086 already having 3 buses: address bus, data bus, and control bus. So address bus transmit the address, means selection of address is possible with the help of address bus. Selection of data, accessing of data is possible with the help of data bus. Control bus will decide whether the processor reads the data or writes the data. From where it will read, either from memory or IO, or from where it will write, from which memory it will write, either from memory or IO. That is decided by control bus. Like that we have control bus, address bus, and data bus. Coming to ALU, for example, after decoding is over, that instruction will enter into ALU, where it will perform arithmetic and logical operations. We get result. That result will be moved to buses. So in that ALU operation, sometimes flags are also affected. Maybe carrier flag, auxiliary carry flag, priority flag, zero flag, overflow flag, sign flag, trap flag. Like that, some flags are there. Those flags are affecting. Accordingly, that flag result is also moved to buses. Similarly, if it is a only data transfer operation, that from memory and stored in register. Maybe data will send from register to memory. In those case, we use registers. Finally, we have results. We have enough results. Okay, after execution, we have result. That result again move to BIU, then to external memory via segment registers and adder. This is adder. The role of adder is it will convert 16-bit logical address into 20-bit physical address, because the 8086 already having 20 address lines. So we need 20-bit 20 bit address. For that, it requires 16-bit logical address into 20-bit physical address. That is taken care by this particular summer. like that. Finally, BAU fetching the instructions and placed in the queue. Then which instruction comes first, that instruction will enter into control system where it will decode it. Okay, and checking whether that instruction belongs to instruction set or not. After checking, it will enter into execution unit. Depending on the type of the instruction, it will perform the either data transfer operation or arithmetic or logical operations. So during that time, there is a chance of getting flags, and we get result. That results and flags results will be moved to BAU via buses and segment registers, and finally adder convert 16-bit logical address into 20-bit physical address. Based on that address, the data will be moved. For example, processor wants to send its result into 50,000 H location. So this adder will generate that 50,000 H physical address. Okay, with that address, data will be transmitted through bus interfacing unit. Okay, this is about the functioning of BIU and execution unit. So let us see other one. What is pipelining mechanism? Already I mentioned initially in the features of 8086. Okay, so 8086 belongs to pipelining mechanism. Let us see what is pipelining mechanism and what is the previous processor, which operation is going on in previous 8086, nothing but 8085. For example, this is the representation of 8085 microprocessor, how the instructions are executing. Here F indicates fetching, 1 indicate instruction 1, D is decoding. It is taken care in the control system, decoding of first instruction, execution of first instruction. Similarly, fetching of second one, decoding of second one, and execution of second one. Like that, FDE, fetching, decoding, and execution. So in olden version, I already mentioned in 8085 if we take. So bus interfacing unit and execution unit, both are not work parallelly. So either BIU working means EU must be idle. EU working means BIU is idle. See here, for example, F1 means then decoding of first instruction. After decoding, execution of first instruction. So during this decoding and execution in the execution unit, no work in the BIU in 8085. Similarly, after executing first instruction, then only in 8085 processor fetching the second one. After fetching, then only decoding, then only execution. During this time, BIU won't fetch third instruction. So if you see this diagram, so this is the total time taken for executing 2 instructions in 8085. That is in those methods without pipelining. Now let us see with pipelining. Now this example for 8086. In 8086 we have 2 units and both are work parallelly. For example, BIU fetching first instruction. So in that case, you may not perform any operation because no instruction is available to perform ALU or data transfer. So it is waiting. After fetching first instruction, what happens? Then execution unit will decode that particular instruction. During this time, BIU fetching next instruction. After decoding first instruction in execution unit, then it will execute. After executing, then already second instruction is fetched in BIU. So then it will decoding second instruction EU, then executing. During this decoding and execution of second instruction, BIU fetching third one. Like that, fetching and execution both are done simultaneously. This mechanism is called as pipelining. Now let us see in this example, in the second part. So this is the time for executing 2 instructions. 2 instructions. This is the time for executing 2 instructions in 8086. Whereas this is the time for executing 2 instructions in without pipelining. Because of pipelining mechanism, for every 2 instructions, this much time is saved. That's why pipelining is very, very essential and important. With this, we can save execution time. Okay, this is about block diagram and the introduction on pipelining mechanism of 8086. Okay, thank you friends. Okay, and share my video. Okay, and subscribe my channel.